There's a version of you that most people around you will never fully understand. Not because you're hiding, but because you're changing. And here's the part nobody tells you. Becoming a better version of yourself doesn't always feel like progress. Sometimes it feels like loss. Sometimes it feels like confusion. Sometimes it feels like everything familiar is slowly falling apart. But what if that's not breakdown? What if that's transformation? The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 3:18, we are being transformed into his image with ever-increasing glory. Notice that word, being transformed. Not instantly changed, not suddenly perfected, being transformed. That means the process is happening right now, even if you don't fully see it yet. So how do you know it's real? Today, I'm going to show you 7 signs you're becoming a better version of yourself. And stay with me, because the last one is the one most people misunderstand completely. Number 1, things that used to excite you no longer do. You used to chase certain conversations, certain habits, certain environments, and now they feel empty. At first you think something is wrong. You think you're losing your personality. You think you're becoming distant. But here's the truth most people miss. You're not losing interest. You're losing alignment. What once entertained you no longer feeds who you're becoming. This is what growth looks like. Not always adding something new, but outgrowing what used to hold you. Most people stay stuck because they keep trying to enjoy what they've already outgrown. But you can feel the shift. And that discomfort, that's not confusion, that's elevation. Number 2, you start choosing peace over being right. There was a time when you needed to win every argument. Explain yourself, defend your position. Now, something has changed. You pause more. You walk away more. You stay silent more. Not because you're weak, but because you're aware. The Bible says in James 1:19, be quick to listen, slow to speak, and slow to anger. Most people think growth looks like speaking louder. But real growth, it sounds like restraint. You're starting to understand something deeper. Not every battle deserves your energy. Not every misunderstanding needs your voice. And here's the shift that changes everything. Peace is no longer something you hope for. It's something you protect. Number 3, you become more aware of your own flaws. This one confuses a lot of people, because as you grow, you don't always feel better about yourself. You actually start noticing more of your imperfections, your reactions, your thoughts, your patterns, and it feels like you're getting worse. But here's what most people never realize. Awareness is not regression, it's awakening. Before, you were blind to certain behaviors. Now you see them clearly, and that changes everything. Because you can't change what you refuse to see. The Bible says in Psalm 139:23, search me, O God, and know my heart. Growth begins the moment you stop pretending and start observing. So if you've been noticing your flaws more lately, don't panic. You're not falling apart. You're becoming conscious. Number 4, your circle starts to change. Some people drift away. Some conversations fade. Some connections feel forced, and it hurts, because not everyone leaves with conflict. Some just disappear. But here's the truth most people avoid. Not every relationship is meant to grow with you. Some people were aligned with your past version, not your future one. And when you change internally, your external environment adjusts automatically. The Bible says in 1 Corinthians 15:33, bad company corrupts good character. But here's the deeper layer. Good character also filters bad company. You don't always have to cut people off. Sometimes growth does it for you. And yes, it can feel lonely. But it's not isolation, it's refinement. Number 5, you start valuing discipline over motivation. You used to wait until you felt ready, inspired, motivated. Now, you move anyway, even when it's quiet, even when it's hard, even when nobody sees it. Because you've realized something most people never understand. Feelings are unstable, but discipline is reliable. The Bible says in 1 Timothy 4:7, train yourself to be godly. Training is not emotional, it's intentional. And this is where the shift happens. You stop asking, do I feel like it? And start asking, is this who I want to become? That question changes everything. Number 6, you feel uncomfortable, but in a different way. It's not the old kind of discomfort. Not chaos, not confusion, not anxiety without direction. This is different. It's stretching. You feel pulled toward something, even if you can't fully explain it. And at the same time, you feel resistance from your old self. That tension, that's growth in motion. Most people think clarity comes first, then movement. But the truth is, movement creates clarity. The Bible says in 2 Corinthians 5:7, we walk by faith, not by sight. Which means you won't always feel certain, but you will feel called. And if you're feeling that right now, that quiet pull forward, you're not lost. You're being led. Number 7, you start seeing purpose in your pain. This is the deepest shift of all. Before, Pain felt random, unfair, pointless. Now, you're starting to ask a different question. Not why is this happening to me, but what is this building in me? That question changes everything because it moves you from victim to awareness. The Bible says in Romans 8:28, all things work together for good, not some things. Not easy things, all things. Even the delays, even the rejection, even the seasons that didn't make sense. And here's what most people miss. The better version of you is often built in the hardest seasons. Not when everything is working, but when everything is shaping. So let's bring this together. If things feel different, if you feel like you're outgrowing old patterns, if your circle is shifting, if your mindset is changing, if your peace matters more than your pride, you are not falling apart. You are transforming. Becoming a better version of yourself is not loud. It's not always visible. And it's definitely not instant. But it is real. And it is happening. Even now. So here's what I want you to do. If this spoke to you, if you can feel this shift in your life, comment one word below, becoming. Because that's what this is. Not finished, not perfect, becoming. And if you're on this path, stay close. Because the version of you that's coming next is going to require even more growth than the last.